Silence. It can be unsettling, even frightening. We are conditioned to fill the void, to distract ourselves from the quiet. But what if we leaned into it? What if in those moments of stillness, we found our truest selves? Silence is not about absence, but presence. Presence with ourselves, with our thoughts and emotions. It is in this space that we can begin to heal, to grow, and to find our voice. When we are constantly surrounded by noise, it's easy to lose ourselves. The opinions of others, the demands on our time, the endless stream of information, it can all become overwhelming. Silence offers a sanctuary. In the quiet, we can connect with our intuition, that inner wisdom that knows us better than we know ourselves. We can begin to understand our values, our desires, and our boundaries. We can start to live a more authentic life. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to withdraw. Not from life, but from the chaos that keeps us from truly living. This is not about giving up, it's about choosing ourselves, it's about recognizing that we cannot pour from an empty cup. We cannot be fully present for others if we are running on fumes. Stepping back allows us to refuel, to recharge, and to come back stronger. This might mean saying no more often. It might mean setting boundaries with loved ones. It might mean carving out time for solitude and self-care. Whatever it looks like, it's about prioritizing our well-being. When we withdraw from the noise and the demands, we create space for something new to emerge. We create space for clarity, for creativity, and for connection with ourselves and with others on a deeper level. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. Carl Jung. How often do we feel irritated by others? Their opinions, their choices, their very presence can grate on us. But what if this irritation was trying to teach us something? Jung believed that what irritates us about others is often a reflection of something within ourselves. It might be a quality we dislike in ourselves, or a wound that needs healing. By paying attention to our irritation, we can gain valuable self-awareness. Instead of judging others, we can ask ourselves, what is this irritation trying to show me? Is it highlighting a boundary that needs to be set? Is it revealing an unmet need within myself? When we approach irritation with curiosity instead of judgment, we can transform it from a source of negativity into an opportunity for growth. We can use it to understand ourselves better and to create healthier relationships. We live in a culture that values constant connection and emotional availability. We are expected to be on all the time, ready to respond, to react, to give. But this comes at a cost. When we are constantly emotionally available to others, we can become depleted, resentful, and disconnected from our own needs. We can also become vulnerable to manipulation and emotional vampires. Emotional availability is not about being cold or distant. It's about being present and engaged when we choose to be and setting boundaries when we need to. It's about recognizing that our energy is precious and that we have the right to protect it. When we are discerning about who we give our energy to, we can show up more fully for the people and things that matter most. We can cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections. Section 5. Protecting our psychic energy. Just like our physical bodies need rest and nourishment, so do our minds and spirits. Psychic energy is the life force that animates us, and it can be drained by stress, negativity, and unhealthy relationships. Protecting our psychic energy is crucial for our well-being. It's about being mindful of what we allow into our space, the people, the information, the environments. It's about creating boundaries to protect ourselves from energy drains. This might mean limiting exposure to news and social media. It might mean spending time in nature. It might mean surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people. When we prioritize our psychic hygiene, we feel more grounded, centered, and energized. We are better equipped to handle life's challenges and to show up as our best selves. Section 6. Setting boundaries, finding freedom. Boundaries are not selfish. They are essential for healthy relationships and a fulfilling life. Boundaries are simply the limits we set on what we will and will not tolerate. Setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first. We might worry about hurting others or being perceived as selfish. But in reality, boundaries are an act of self-love and respect. When we set boundaries, we are saying to ourselves and to others, I am worthy of respect. My needs matter. This sends a powerful message to the universe and helps us attract healthier relationships. Boundaries are not about controlling others, but about taking ownership of our own lives. They give us the freedom to choose how we spend our time, who we spend it with, and how we allow ourselves to be treated. Section 7. The courage to be unavailable. In a world that demands our constant attention, choosing to be unavailable can feel like an act of rebellion. But it is in these moments of deliberate disconnection that we reconnect with ourselves. The courage to be unavailable is the courage to say no to the good, so we can say yes to the great. It's the courage to prioritize our own well-being, even when it means disappointing others. It's the courage to choose silence over noise, solitude over company, and self-care over obligation. It's the courage to trust that the world will not fall apart if we take a break. When we allow ourselves to be unavailable, we give ourselves the gift of time and space, time to reflect, to recharge, and to reconnect with our own rhythm. Section 8. Choosing ourselves every time. For many of us, putting ourselves first can feel selfish. We are conditioned to prioritize the needs of others, often at the expense of our own. But choosing ourselves is not selfish, it's essential. When we consistently choose ourselves, we teach others how to treat us. We set a standard for respect and self-love. We show the world that we are worthy of care and consideration. Choosing ourselves might mean saying no to a social engagement even if we feel guilty. It might mean ending a relationship that is no longer serving us. It might mean prioritizing our mental health over our to-do list. Every time we choose ourselves, we reinforce our worthiness. We remind ourselves that we are valuable, deserving, and capable of creating a life that truly honors who we are. Section 9. The power within. The power of silence, the power of being unavailable, it all comes back to the power within. It's about recognizing the infinite well of strength, wisdom, and love that resides within each and every one of us. When we connect with this power, we are no longer at the mercy of external validation. We no longer seek approval from others to feel worthy. We understand that our worth is inherent, not earned. This inner strength allows us to set boundaries, to choose ourselves, and to live a life that is authentic and fulfilling. It allows us to show up in the world with courage, compassion, and authenticity. The journey to this inner power begins in the silence, in the moments when we choose to be present with ourselves. It is a journey of self-discovery, of healing, and of embracing the fullness of who we are.